WWE is not the same without Randy Orton. It's been around 9 months since we last seen Randy Orton on WWE television, and I miss my hero. Randy had reportedly planned to take on Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and unfortunately we just didn't get that match. Randy Orton got injured. The 42-year-old Randy Orton suffered a back injury. As you can imagine, this is a very serious injury. As a matter of fact, it's so serious that we even saw reports and concerns saying that Randy Orton's career is possibly over. Tears are running down my face. But one thing's for sure, WWE is not the same without Randy Orton. I deeply miss my hero. Randy Orton is one of these guys who still gives you that comfort. The thing with wrestling is that all of our heroes are getting old. The people we grew up watching retire, and that could be one of the main reasons we believe WWE is just not the same anymore. We don't have the people that we got used to. So Randy Orton still weekly being on WWE television gave you that comfort, the same comfort that Edge gives you. It sounds kinda weird, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? We just miss Randy's Viper. I mean, we miss the Viper Randy Orton. Most of you guys probably know I grew up watching Randy Orton. 2004, the first match I ever saw was Randy Orton versus Batista. I fell in love with wrestling. When y'all had John Cena, I had Randy Orton. For whatever reason, even as a child, I always liked heels more than baby faces. You can say I'm a bit of a badass. One thing I never understood about Randy Orton is the hate that he got over the years by the IWC. He was always popular with the casuals, but later on he kinda became a punching bag for being boring. Which goes to show you that the smart wrestling fans are not necessarily smart. So I never really understood the hate. I believe his character work has always been amazing, whether it was the Legend Killer, the Viper, Apex Predator. He just always delivered, and when you look at Randy Orton, he's a perfect pro wrestler. You can't deny that. I believe he also got some hate due to his personal life. I mean, let's be honest right here, he was kind of a douchebag. I've heard him shitting in bags or something. But let's be honest right here, who didn't? The man needed to poo. Women's purse just happened to be there. Gotta do what you gotta do. But many of you probably know at this point, Randy Orton is a changed man. He's a family man now. So in around 2018, Randy Orton finally started to gain that internet reputation when he started to give you a banger after banger. Oh, that's copyright infringement, fella. Okay, the man, Becky Lynch. The fans finally started to realize how great Randy Orton is. I believe it started around when he faced Jeff Hardy. Just some next level shit right here. I don't even know if I have to, but whenever I show this, I blur it. I censor it. I don't want to look at it, so you shouldn't. And once the pandemic started, Randy Orton carried the WWE on his back, whether as the WWE champion or facing Drew McIntyre as a challenger. Just a very consistent wrestler. You can say Randy Orton and his Viper ruled the WWE in 2020. And one special thing about Randy Orton is that I'm not trying to say it's wrong to go to Hollywood, make your money, not risking your health, your life even. That's fine. It's great that some people can move on. Randy Orton is also one of these guys that could go to Hollywood in my opinion. He's that damn popular. Some people in US don't realize how popular Randy Orton is around the world. But Randy Orton claimed he wants to wrestle as long as he can. He's a professional wrestler, he was born to do this, and that's how he's going to retire. We also saw many interviews where Randy Orton appeared to be very humble. He understands that he was given this opportunity. His father is a wrestler, his grandfather is a wrestler, so he understands that some other people have to go through a lot more than Randy Orton did. That's just Randy being humble, but being in a wrestling family doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to be a great professional wrestler. It doesn't matter if Randy Orton has the Orton last name. He's just talented. I will say though, with all the mistakes that Randy Orton made over the years, his last name definitely helped. It's unfair, but that's how life works. Over the years, we've seen Randy Orton actually giving back to the business, losing a lot of matches to younger talent, getting someone over, and even lately being in a tag team with Riddle that actually helped Riddle tremendously. And while this was one of the most entertaining tag teams of all time, it showed a different side of Randy Orton, and I wouldn't change it. Lately, I just kinda felt like Randy Orton was being underrated or unappreciated by the WWE. Not that he's not getting paid or not getting, TV time, not even getting bad storylines. I just always felt like Randy Orton was second to John Cena Cena, and lately, he wasn't being treated as such. When people are talking about top names of the WWE currently, people think about Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and now Cody. But at one point, Randy Orton wasn't even in that conversation, and I never understood why. Like I've said, same goes with the fans. He has an overwhelming fan base around the world, and when you get that popular, you always get people who try to be cool and hate on everything that's popular. You know how that works. And I've been guilty of this too. I actually hated John Cena as a kid. Once he left, John Cena is one of my favorite WWE superstars, where fickle Daniel Bryan was right. But let's be honest right here, WWE is not the same without Randy Orton. Even if you were one of the biggest Randy Orton's critics, gotta admit you missed the guy. He always had that star power, presence, and the fact that we probably won't see Randy Orton at WrestleMania is really sad. Now, we don't know how well Randy Orton is doing. From what I've seen, it's actually pretty good. I mean, my man is jacked. But it's always one of these interesting topics. When we're talking about wrestlers coming back after injury, maybe we're being selfish. But I believe most of us have good intentions. In my case, I always want these wrestlers to come back if they want to come back, if they can return. If the injury is too serious, they probably shouldn't. But sometimes it's all they wanna do. And at the end of the day, it's their business, it's their life. All we can do right here is support these wrestlers by watching them and appreciating what they do for our entertainment. And there are so many interesting matches that Randy Orton could give us. For example, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. That is a dream rivalry right here. Cody, who was basically Randy Orton's student, is now main eventing WrestleMania. This writes itself. I always wanted to see Randy Orton versus The Rock, but I believe that ship has sailed. I think it would be pretty interesting to see Randy Orton returning and helping Edge against the Judgment Day despite their history. Yes, Edge, I RKO'd your wife, but we're still bros. These kind of scenarios. Randy Orton versus the Bloodline would be really interesting. It's a shame we didn't get that. We almost got it, but it was more like Riddle and Randy Orton winning the tag team championships. That's not the vibe I want from Randy Orton. I want Randy Orton to focus on Roman Reigns and the entire Bloodline, and Randy Orton being a big threat. Also, LA Knight is someone who could really benefit from working with Randy Orton. So WWE is not the same without Randy Orton, and the fans will welcome Randy back with open arms, especially now that Nia Jax is back. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing, but you probably get the idea, right? Where's Randy when we need him? Come back, Randy. Do the job. So let me know in the comments below, when do you think Randy Orton is making his WWE return, and how is that going to happen? Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let's hope Randy is coming back. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.